Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is 8 minutes past 10 on Saturday night. I have a few for tomorrow that I think have a good chance. So I said I'd do a quick video. I didn't know whether I'd be busy or out and about tonight or what, but strange sort of a day for me. I went off to the county town. A couple of hours I was watching a few of the races. I went to the blue bookies and the green bookies, and then I went to buy something, put my hand in my pocket, and the time I let the phone slip off, or left the phone on top of the car months ago, I got a card holder for the credit cards and debit cards and driver's license and bus license and driver's card, all goes into a gadget like that. So it's always in my pocket. So I put my hand in my pocket, no trace of it today. And the feeling that came into my stomach, I was saying, oh shit, where did I leave that? And then I thought, was a pickpocketed? No, there was money in my pocket. Where could I have it left? Search around. Went into the two shops, I fear I might have left it on the counter, because I knew I had taken out betting slips. But I didn't feel well. I went off to get the keys of the car. The battery was gone for locking the car. And the car can't be locked only with the key. You can't, if you lock the driver's door with the key, it doesn't lock the other three, which is strange, and you can't lock them individually. Hadn't noticed that before, and I've the car a couple of years. So I had to come home, and I thought I may have left it, and there was only one spot on the radiator when I was switching pockets today. That's where it was. So then I had to go off and get the bus for the morning. So I have that. It's a 10-seater. Nifty little yoke, I must say, a mini baby sprinter they call it. But you still can only do 60 miles an hour, 100 kilometres. So I missed a couple of the races when I was coming back in a panic mode today. We had got off to a rocket of a start with lead artist, the Nap, going in, and it drifted out to a grand 3-1. I had it in all my bets, all doubles, trebles, multiples. I hit a few of them, but there was a couple that I was a bit disappointed with. For instance, Red Hat Eagle started a bit slow, I thought, left too much to do. And Arrange, I had a good bet on that each way at 7s, and it looked like it was going to win the race, but the stone weight in difference on the softish ground, on a horse that I didn't think it would stay the 2 miles, beat us. Secret Guest would be upsides the horse that finished third, I thought, but we got an unruly bump up again. But it was the young jockey's fault. When he was in trap 1, he should be out, and he should have pushed him up closer to the pace. He didn't at the start. He lost position, and then he tried to redeem himself, and he got squeezed out of it, so that was his chance gone. And Indawi was coming into the race and was trading about 4-1. And what won it? Alphonse Legrand. Owners, bet small, win big. The motto of the bus. I said to someone there a couple of weeks ago that didn't run all that bad because I got shorter room in the Irish equivalent. But I just thought that the 2-2 might stretch it. The one that had marched out, the only bus horse, as I said, was running today was Manxman. That was gambled on, well gambled on, and nearly won, only beaten by a nose. And I had that wrote down first yesterday evening, but I just thought that with the different surface on Studle, that's twice I've changed my mind lately, and I've seen someone wrote the other day, you should never change your mind, and I did again. And tonight they're 10:15 in Keeneland, Candala, not off a yard. Come out of the stall. I know he was drawn wide, but if he wanted position, he would have rousted him up. But needs further. Finished probably 6th or that, only beaten a few lengths. And actually, the horse that won it. We backed it in the Breeders' Cup. I tipped it up at 6-1, and it came third in Santa Anita in the 2-year-old turf race. That had scooted in Woodbine last year, very impressively. But I thought the other one, they sent it over for a reason, all right. They'll win again over there. It'll probably be staying maybe with somebody else, but a shout out to newcomers on the bus: Jerry Murphy, Dennis Hannon, Donald Watson, Brian Kelly. Brian said he's on in a while, but I hadn't noticed him. He was sitting quietly at the back. And Mark Armstrong, you're all very welcome. And Charlie Winters. I hadn't noticed his message. I only got replied to it last night. I think he has a tipping service. I must check it out when I get time, but I don't get time to check any other ones anymore. On to tomorrow. There looks like a horse that has been laid out for this, a horse called Lump Sum. The owner of Ffos Las is Di Walters Plant Hire, and this looks to have been a plot job. It's a 2-to-1 favourite for the Welsh champion hurdle. When you look at it last November, a year ago, the maiden hurl over the course, it absolutely hosed up. It was entitled to because it was a 2-to-5 fav. But it won the Dovecot there in Kempton as well on soft ground. Bet Fiercely Proud. And behind Mystical Power in Aintree in the Grade 1. Dylan Johnson, who done us a few good turns last year. That memorable one where he nearly was thrown to the ground. And survived. I can't think of the name of the horse. Somebody will. But Sam Thomas batting all right lately. Looks like it has been. It's a second-year novice, like so. When we checked the price, just 2-to-1 earlier. 15-8. Sam Thomas, the owner, probably said, "Look, we'll see will it travel on the ground and will it like the track? Yes, and back next year." So £5 off, everything going for it. So we'll make that the nap tomorrow. There's one in Goodwood, a 3-year-old that likes the ground. Form of the last run was franked today. Whipcracker, trained by Richard Hughes. 4 for 22, 19% in the last 14 days. Ridden by Jim Crowley. 0 for 25. Jim, what are you doing? This won a maiden in Chelmsford this time last year. Put away then, and it was behind JRB, and we've seen what that did since. Good to firm ground. Let's throw out that run in Ascot. But in heavy ground behind Bustedid and Bolster. Bolster won today off the same rating. And it was back Laffy involvement. Decent horse was back behind. But it acted on, it's a big strong horse. Acted well on the heavy surface, as we will see now. And I don't think it stayed.
He's in behind those. Involvement is next, and then Fantasy Believer canoodled. And Houston, they're heading down now inside the last quarter mile. Mustazid, Blue Jacket and White Cap come soon to take it up to Whipcracker in second. Bolster running on Gamely in third position. Laugh is behind those. They're heading inside the final furlong. Mustazid shows out in front here. Last round 22 and a half hours ago when he was second. This afternoon he wins a bigger race.
That hadn't ran for a while. I mixed up my words there as I didn't stay. It got outstayed. Hadn't ran from June. It needed the run, I thought. First time at 10. I'm hoping that back to a mile tomorrow. Up at the pace. Jim Crowley, you need a win. So do we. Bus horse running tomorrow. In the big sales race, 72,000 to the winner. Dignam rated 92 is the fav for Joe O'Brien. We have a horse that won for us last time out. Iowntheball. Now, if you look at it, it's rated 82, but you have horses here, that's 94. But then you have 75, 74, 77, 73. So, well, which scroll down a little, see what's underneath. 79, 71, 75, 64. So it has a shot to be placed tomorrow. It's a 9-1 shot with 365, and they're paying 4 places. I own the ball. He's been kept off the track since this win, but he did well that day.
Is trying to look for the split, and then Captain Keno Bamako gets taken off heels. Calcifer, and then without further ado, in the quarter cap of Coulair inside the final furlong, and I Own the Ball hits the front to Stanside Coulair without further ado. All right by me and Cody's Angel, but I Own the Ball challenged now by Coulair, and then without much further ado, plug it on with Cody's Angel, but I Own the Ball. I Own the Ball scores to Cody's Angel without further ado. Then Coulair.
By advertise, they're doing better as 3-year-olds than 2-year-olds. And as the previous owner, Tomas Mannion from Ordenmore, said today, he said that I asked him why was it left off, or did he have any knowledge, and he said he hadn't, but it was probably just to grow into its frame, that was a big sort. So we'll stay with it tomorrow. There's one other horse at Naas tomorrow. It might be worth a bet, an each way bet. The Fav is a 3-year-old. 3-year-olds having a great record in this race, even though it's getting the £9. You have to look back to Moricharum in 2010, a 3-year-old to win. But there's a horse there. Willie has one. Hasn't been seen on the flat since Chester. It was second over hurdle since in Listowel. But in Chester in September. He went out in front that day.
Travel. Spirit Mixer up the rail there has gone gliding into second ahead of Sheridan. Zoffy will be widest of all into the straight, staying on under pressure from Tash Khan. On down towards the last furlong, Mr. Escobar. Spirit Mixer is giving chase. These two now breaking loose. They'll fight out the finish. Spirit Mixer is coming over the top of Mr. Escobar. Spirit Mixer nosing ahead for Rob Hornby. Mr. Escobar fighting on, coming back in the shadows of the post. Get very close between them. Judge needed to separate those.
He only got beaten by a nose. He went up £3 for that, wasn't it? £3, yeah. Chris Hale's taken over. 8-1 shot there. Paying 5 places with 365. 13-2 with some, 11-2 with the stingy sort. What do you call it? There's Fillies and Mares listed race tomorrow. A horse that ran well just behind our one Look. The last year was Caught You Looking. That has to have a good chance tomorrow. There's another listed race as well. It's nearly last chance saloon stuff for Azada tomorrow. It didn't seem to stay the last day. It was 9.5, wasn't it? Like, considering that ran so well first time out this year in the Guineas. That was a Group 3 and 9.5 furlongs. Like, if that doesn't win tomorrow, but Well doesn't go on that well at all. It's like as he wouldn't train Ivy up a wall this weather. 1 for 24. Comparison with years gone by. Anyway, I got this into the oven. Get the shirts ready and for the week. Have to be looking well for the long hours. I'll be there for a couple of nights, staying in the River Lee Hotel tomorrow night and Monday night, and then on to the Lake Hotel in Killarney for a couple of nights. So we'll see what the week has in store for us tomorrow morning when I pick them up in Dublin. Bash the bookies, over and out.